I look at what George Pickens has done all year, but just so that I'm real clear about it, I don't have the concern that the debate about what George Pickens did or didn't do in that game, I don't have that kind of concern about him as far as his competing and helping us win football games on the field at all. Pickens brings everything to the table. He brings enough pluses to the table to, frankly, live with what's going on, this type of criticism. The criticism in my mind is he a competitor, and can he, when he gets out there, can he come down with the ball, and does he compete when he's out there? A triple plus.
Been a lot of A multiple pluses in recent days. I don't know that Jerry was watching the same game I was watching on Thursday night, George Pickens. And, hey, I'm a card-carrying Steelers number 14 shirt-wearing member of the George Pickens fan club. Something was off. Whether it was his injuries, whether it was frustration from being double-covered all night long, he had the demeanor that gave people flashbacks to his time in Pittsburgh. That's undeniable. And he didn't like being called out by Richard Sherman. That became an issue. And I love George Pickens, but something was different last Thursday night. And for Jerry to flat out say what he's saying, I mean, he is the master of painting himself into a contractual corner, because these are critical comments. Anything he says now, as we approach the expiration of George Pickens' rookie contract, and they're going to have to make the decision between franchise tag, which Pickens is not going to like, or giving him a market value deal that may start with a 4, to say what he said. And I don't know, like, what else is he going to say? Is he going to say, yes, I have concerns? But I would like to think there's something a little more measured that doesn't basically become the blank check for the negotiations that Jerry Jones is eventually going to have with David Mulugheta, the same agent who represents Micah Parsons.
I hear you. I think there's a little context, I think, to all of this. First off, I think right off the bat I'd go, he's already painted in the corner. He's already in the corner. He's already there. That's not going away. George Pickens is already that number. That's already there. The league has spoken. The league has spoken in a big way about George Pickens. This was the beauty of George Pickens for him going to Dallas, because there's CeeDee Lamb, who's making, what, 36, Mike, doing that? And if you watch football and you turn on film and you and me watch the games together and watch film, you'd go, hey, Mike, who's the defense more worried about? Oh, they're double teaming George Pickens on every play and going, go ahead, CeeDee Lamb, we'll leave you one-on-one with what's his name. We don't care. Because George Pickens is the problem. George Pickens is the biggest problem. The Detroit Lions spoke that too. They doubled him the whole game. Now, what happens a little bit, I do think in this, there's one play of him going deep and people going, why didn't he try to stop and get the ball? And I've seen this enough and talked about it where I go, this is an optical illusion, okay? There's no way he can get this. See, this is where TV lies to you at times. The TV lies. There's a guy there. He can't stop in why he's running 4-3, put his foot in the ground, and jump backwards through a guy. Like, this is a guy that goes and gets the ball. So this is where I've been in these situations on a football field before where, like, people will come away after the game and go, hey, why didn't blah, blah, make a catch or do this? And I go, oh, wait, well, I underthrew him by like 6 yards. There's no way he could have caught that. But the TV makes it look like that. So I don't think this is the one everybody's cherry picking, and I don't think that's fair. Now, could he have given more effort on some plays? Yes, no doubt about it. I don't deny that. But I also think this kid is, and this, I don't mean that disrespectfully, this guy, this young man, right? He's smart enough to know his offense and the defense a little bit and go, wait, I'm double teamed. The ball's not coming to me. And that's not an excuse for not taking off the ball and going hard. But I think that you could go around and see great receivers all around the league when they go, oh, wait, I'm the read here, and they're playing this coverage. It's not going to come to me, and I'm not running 100%. I'm maybe running 95, 92%. The problem with Pickens is he had a few plays where it was like, that's like 80 or 85%. But I think that's, to me, is more of what happened rather than him loafing. And I think in a lot of those plays where he did not just aggressively take off, the ball wasn't going to go to him anyways. He knew that. He knew Dak Prescott knew that. And I think that's what led to some of that bad look from him on Thursday night.
Couple of things very quickly. Number one, obstacle illusion is not a Simmsism. We already aware of it. Please don't send me emails. I need to make sure everybody understands. We've already been down that road. I don't know whether Chris did it deliberately, like he does with read between the tea leaves.
Yes.
But regardless, okay, optical illusion. We know it's optical illusion, but actually it kind of works there because, there were obstacles in the way of George Pickens getting the ball. Secondly, there was a play elsewhere in the game where he got the ball thrown to him, and it looked like he was lollygagging. He wasn't into the route, and you could see after that Dak Prescott saying something to him. That was the one that stood out for me.
I hear you.
And thirdly, when you talk about him not giving full effort when the ball's not coming to him, a couple of weeks ago, on one of the Thursdays when you weren't here, Andrew Filipponi of 93.7 The Fan in Pittsburgh was on, and we were talking about Pickens' time in Pittsburgh, and he said he was at a game, and one of the beat writers told him, watch the game. When Pickens isn't getting the ball, he shuffles out of the huddle. When he's getting the ball, he runs out of the huddle. And, Randy Moss did the same thing.
That's right.
I was at the Vikings-Ravens game in 1998 in Baltimore. And, it's great when you're at a game. You can see so much more than what you see on TV. And I told my buddy, not very long into the game, it's like, watch Randy Moss. Like, you can tell based on how he comes out of the huddle whether or not they're throwing the ball to him. So it's not uncommon for a great receiver to act that way when he knows the ball's not coming to him.
Exactly right. And smart ones at that. And I think Pickens knows a little football. And he understands, the coverage, blah, blah. And Randy Moss was the smartest receiver maybe I was ever around. He's right up there with Tim Brown and Brandon Stokely and those type of guys, his knowledge of the game. So sometimes that knowledge hurts them, because where it hurts them too is, and what you got to realize when you're Randy Moss or George Pickens, okay, you drop back to pass, you're Dak Prescott, and you're going back, and it's like, George Pickens he's doubled. He was my first read, but he's doubled, so I'm moving on. Oh, no, wait, nobody's open. Oh, I'm under a little pressure. That's the moment where the quarterback doesn't care anymore, and they go, wait, my best guy, I can kind of see him down there. I'm going to throw a ball up to him and let him go get the ball, right? And that's where sometimes the rubber doesn't meet the road on those type of plays where at George Pickens, you got to go, hey, you got to still run and stay alive, because Dak Prescott thinks you're so awesome that when he's got to break glass in case of emergency, he's going to look to throw to you and just go, so what, he's double teamed. I think he'll still catch it. And I think that's where, George Pickens can learn the lesson from that a little bit from the other night.
By the way, I don't know if DraftKings was offering odds on this, but if the over-under for Brandon Stokely references on today's PFC Live within the first hour was 1.5,
right.
Cash your ticket, baby. You just won.
I know.
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
There's another wrinkle to this, too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. He's like, hey, it'd be funny if Brandon, if you're watching the show, like he's had two moments where he's like, hey, where'd that come from? Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.